Let's talk about my illustration process. I usually sketch with smallest thumbnail for a full composition. Scale it to fit canvas, then border it with my favorite brushes. Normally, I have to redraw more than twice to fix pose and background. I have some tips for you based on my process. Tip number 1. Separate animated details versus static ones into different layers. Tip number 2. Make sure that closing the border line. It really helpful for the color step. During illustrating static pieces, let's talk about 3 things I really regret before being an artist. First thing, waiting for someone lead me to success. No one knows you more than you do, your capabilities, your goals, your visions. Cause of that, people only use you for their purpose. If you got luck, their path will fit you. Unfortunately, it usually don't. Holding others' hand will lead you nowhere, that fulfill their dream. I started my art journey during pandemic, but I rarely have time to go with art stuffs cause and other jobs that I thought they will lead to the right place. At the end, I dedicated my time for nothing but depression. We almost finished border art and prepare to move on coloring part. I illustrate static details first. I use Magic Wand tool to select the outside part, then invert section area to choose the part inside line. Next, use Lasso Fill tool to fill the range. Finally, I use clipping mask to make color fit to range. Repeat for each detail. The second thing I regret was being multitasking. I'm too greedy to work for my financially enhancement. Instead of doing what I love, I jumped into irrelevant jobs. Cause lack of skills, I got stuck in the position not fit for me. Now I only focus on what my capabilities are and narrowed them down into 3 each time to finish. My journey is more enjoyable and clear than ever. Last thing, always have an excuse to procrastinate. I usually overthink before take action. I kind of blind at coloring part, and it really hard for me to present art well. I don't have much time. It's hard to live with artworks. I have to find another jobs to live. These things lead nowhere. Too much competitions out there. There is no one like my arts. But then I always wake up on the next day and blame myself so much for those excuses. Now I stop overthinking and take action instead. Okay, now we will be back to animation part. Remember that we only have 10 layers max. So, have to arrange your move wisely. I have 3 tips for you. Tip 1. Animated pieces will be on different layers. Tip 2. Export transparent PNG from Ibispaint and turn on onion skin on FlipperClip. Tip 3. For flowing things like smoke or hair, I usually animate at 3 FPS. To loop movement, there are only 2 poses for this entry. Let open frame viewer here to copy those poses. I'm erasing what I copied to show you 2 main poses. First pose, second pose. I open frame viewer again to copy these poses until this clip lasts 2 seconds long. Export what you made into MP4 and we done here. Thank you for watching and see you next week.